Hi, Brian Boyle here, physical therapist with Workwell Prevention and Care. And one of the things that we get asked all the time is, we've signed the contract. Now what happens, right? What is going to occur? How long does it take to actually get a provider on site? What are the next steps? And I can tell you that most times people, if they're really committed to getting this program started, they'd love to have this 3 months ago. They'd love to have had this 3 years ago. They say, whenever you can get started, we'd love to get going. And yes, people will tell you that you could start it as soon as tomorrow. And what we found through years of doing this and just the experiences of putting a physical therapist on site at employers is that it is more complicated than just starting tomorrow. Yes, we could put a warm body on site tomorrow. We could bring a provider out, in theory, get things going, and kind of fumble our way through the introductions to the employees, making sure that somebody's just kind of there and is available. And what we found is that that doesn't really work, and never really gets the buy-in from the employees, like having a coordinated effort where there's some internal rollout at you, the employer, where it's like, hey, there's this build-up, hey, the physical therapist coming is on site, in a couple of weeks or at a specific date. Us coming on site, we've got almost 170-step process that we go through to make sure that we've achieved all of these goals, to get the right provider onboarded, get them upskilled if they do need any upskilling, to make sure that everything is okay at the site, make sure all the equipment's ordered, make sure that all of the marketing materials for the employees is ordered and is there on time and is ready for this rollout. It's one thing, like I said, to have the therapists on site and have a warm body there and they're ready and able to go. There's another thing to actually have a coordinated effort where the employees know that this is something that is a benefit to them, that they understand that a therapist is going to be there, that we actually introduce the provider to the employees at each of their pre-shift meetings or wherever that looks in your culture of your company, and they get to know the provider a little bit and have an opportunity to come up at the end of that introduction and say, hey, you know what, I've been having an issue with my elbow. How do I get in touch with you? How do I set up an appointment? That goes much further than, hey, there's this program over there that you've never heard of and you really don't know much about, and go over and see them. And they go, I don't know anything about that. Just human nature, human behavior. If we're not familiar with somebody, we have a lot less likelihood to go actually seek somebody out. But if somebody's actually been there, they've introduced themselves, we get a little bit of a feel for who they are and see their smiling face, hear a little bit of background, and kind of get the nod from the supervisor that this is okay to go see. We see that there's a lot more buy-in and there's a lot more utilization of that clinic, which is exactly what you want if you're going to have long-term success. So, as I said, we could certainly put somebody out there, warm body, and if you hear that from others that they can get this going, I would caution you that there is a process, there's an actual system that we can kind of put out there to make sure that this rollout is smooth, it's coordinated, and that the long-term viability of having an on-site provider is there. If you've got any questions, you can reach out to us and go to our website, workwell.com. Until next time, we'll see you again.